Which of the following power plant has least efficiency? Steam power plant. A steam power station basically works on the Rankine cycle. Which of the following power plant causes least environmental pollution? Hydropower plant. Which of the following power plant usually offer highest maintenance cost? Thermal power plants. The overall efficiency of a steam power station is less than its thermal efficiency. Which of the following is usually not the generating voltage? 9.9 kW. A gas turbine basically works on Breton cycle. Diesel power plants are generally used as peak load plant. If the diversity factor of a power station is high, then its generation cost is low. The idle load factor should be unity. Which of the following generating station has minimum running cost? Hydro. In hydro power plant, the graph between discharge and time is known as hydrograph. The voltage of a single solar cell is about 0.5 volt. Which of the following device is used to measure vacuum? U-tube manometer. The fuel used in nuclear reactor is uranium. Which material is used to made a solar cell? Silicon. Demand factor is defined as maximum demand connected load. In thermal power plant, heat from the flue gases is utilized in economizer. Which of the following power plant has highest depreciation charge? Thermal plant. Which of the following power plant has least fuel transportation? Nuclear power plants. Annual operating expenditure of a power plant consists of fixed charge, semi-fixed charge, running charge, all of the above. Which of the following load is responsible for lower power factor of supply system? Induction motor. Load factor of a power station is defined as average load divided by maximum demand. Load curve is useful in deciding the operating schedule of generating units. Size of generating units. Total installed capacity of the plant 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 860 Kelvin Kel. If the load factor of a power station is high, then its cost of generation will be at low value of power factor. The cost of generator of a power station will be high. Compounding of steam turbine is done for reducing the rotor speed. The value of the reheat factor is of the order of 1.5, 1.1 to 1.5. Reheat factor is the ratio of cumulative actual enthalpy drop for the stage to total is isentropic enthalpy heat drop. Direct heating is done to remove dissolved gases in the water. Blowing down of boiler water is the process to control the solid concentration in the boiler water by removing some of the concentrated saline water. Travel great stoker can burn coals at the rates of 150 to 200 kg per meter square per hour, where unpulverized coal has to be used to and boiler capacity is large. The stoker which is used as overfeed stoker. Example of overfeed type stoker is chain grate, spreader, traveling grate. Underfeed stoker work best for semi-bituminous and bituminous coils high in volatile matter and with cracking tendency. In central system fuel from a central pulverizing system the unit is delivered to a bunker and then to the various burner central. The amount of air which is supplied for complete combustion is called secondary air. Bucket elevators are used for carrying coil in vertical direction. Method which is commonly applied for unloading the coil for a small power plant is coil accelerator. Load carrying capacity of belt conveyor is about 50 to 100 tons per hour. In coal preparation plant, magnetic separators are used to remove iron particles. Secondary air is the air used to provide air around the burner for getting optimum combustion. The primary air is that air which is used to transport and dry the coal. Caking coils are those which which form lumps or masses of coke. The capacity of large turbo generator varies from 50 to 300 megawatt. Economizer improve boiler efficiency by 4 to 10%. Steam pressure in a steam power station, which is usually kept nowadays, is of the order of 150 kg F by centimeter square. Load center in a power station is center of gravity of electrical system. The efficiency of a modern boiler using coil and heat recovery equipment is about 50 to 90%. The maximum length of a screw conveyor is about 30 meters. Belt conveyor can be used to transport coal at inclinations up to 30 degrees. Steam turbines commonly used in steam power station are condensing type. For the safety of steam boiler, the number of safety valves fitted are 2. Pipes carrying steam are generally made up of steel. Evaporating tap of condenser has steam in pipes surrounded by water. In a regenerative surface condenser, there are two pumps to remove air and condensate. In a steam power plant, the function of a condenser is to maintain pressure below atmospheric, to increase work output from the prime mover, to receive large volumes of steam exhausted from a steam prime mover, to condense large volumes of steam to water which may be used in fire. Edwards air pump removes air along with vapor and also the condensed water from condenser. The cooling section in the surface condenser reduces the quality of vapor extracted along with the air. In a surface condenser, if air is removed, there is fall in absolute pressure maintained in condenser. In a shell and tube surface condenser, cooling water passes through the tubes and steam surrounded them. In jet type condenser, steam and cooling water mix. The thermal efficiency of the engine with condenser as compared to without condenser for a given pressure and temperature of steam is higher. In steam turbines, the reheat factor increases with increase in number of stages. Steam turbines are governed by the following method: throttle governing, nozzle control governing, bypass governing. The value of reheat factor normally varies from 1.02 to 1.06. Reheat factor in steam turbines depends on initial pressure and temperature only. For Parsons reaction, steam turbine degree of reaction is 50%. Parsons turbine is multi-wheel reaction steam turbines. Ratio steam turbine is pressure compounded impulse steam turbine. Curtis turbine is pressure velocity compounded steam turbine. In case of reaction steam turbine, there is enthalpy dropped both in fixed and moving blades. In D-level steam turbine, the pressure in the turbine rotor is approximately same as in condenser. The pressure on the two sides of the impulse wheel of a steam turbine is same. In case of impulse steam turbine, there is enthalpy drop in nozzles. The effect of considering friction in steam nozzles for the same pressure ratio leads to increase in dryness fraction of exit steam. This effect of considering friction losses in steam nozzle for the same pressure ratio leads to decrease in exit velocity from the nozzle. The isentropic expansion of steam through the nozzle for the steam initially dry saturated at inlet is approximated by equation PV. The critical pressure ratio of a convergent nozzle is defined as the ratio of outlet pressure to inlet pressure only when mass flow rate is equal to C. The ratio of exit pressure to inlet pressure of maximum mass flow rate per area of steam through a nozzle when steam is initially superheated is 0.5457. The ratio of exit pressure to inlet pressure for maximum mass flow rate per unit area of steam through a nozzle when steam is initially dry saturated is 0.578. The isentropic expansion of steam through nozzle for the steam initially superheated at inlet is approximated by equation PVLS is equal to C. The efficiency of a chimney is approximately 0.25%. The pressure at the furnace is minimum in case of balanced draught system. For the induced draught, the fan is located near bottom of the chimney. The article draught normally is designed to produce less smoke, more draught, less chimney gas temperature. Artificial draught is produced by air fans, steam jet, fan or steam jet. For the same draught, produced through the power of induced draft fan as compared to forced draft fan is more. The draft in locomotive boiler is produced by steam jet. Artificial draft is produced by induced fan, forced fan, induced and forced fan. For forced draft system, the function of chimney is mainly to discharge gases high up in the atmosphere to avoid hazards. The draught produced by steel chimney as compared to that produced by brick chimney for the same height is more. The draught produced by chimney of given height at given outside temperature increases if the chimney gas temperature increases. The draught produced for a given height of the chimney and given temperature of chimney gases decrease with increase in outside air temperature. In a boiler installation, the natural draught is produced due to the fact that pressure at the gate due to cold column is higher than the pressure at the chimney base due to hot column. The draught which a chimney produces is called natural draught. The modern steam turbines are impulse reaction turbines. Economizer is used to heat feed water. A steam power station requires space more than diesel power station. Binary vapor cycles are used to increase the efficiency of the plant. Mercury is a choice with steam in binary vapor cycle because it has higher critical temperature and pressure, higher saturation temperature than other fluids, relatively low vaporization pressure. Reheat cycle in steam power plant is used to increase thermal efficiency. In regenerative cycle, feed water is heated by draining system from the turbine. The maximum percentage gain in regenerative feed heating cycle thermal efficiency increase with number of feedback heater increase. In regenerative feed heating cycle, the greatest economy is affected when steam is extracted from several places in different stages of steam turbine. In a regenerative feed heating cycle, the optimum value of the fraction of steam extracted from feed heating increases with increase in Rankine cycle efficiency. Regenerative cycle thermal efficiency is always greater than simple Rankine thermal efficiency. In Rankine cycle, the work output from the turbine is given by the change of enthalpy between inlet and outlet. Carnot cycle comprises of two isentropic processes and two constant pressure processes. Rankine efficiency of a steam power plant improves in winter as compared to that in summer. Rankine cycle operating on low pressure limit of P1 and 1 high pressure limit of P square has higher the renewal efficiency than the Carnot cycle operating between same pressure limits. Rankine cycle efficiency of a good steam power plant may be in the range of 35 to 45%. The overall efficiency of thermal power plant is equal to regenerative cycle efficiency. The energy radiated by sun on a bright sunny day is approximately 1 kilowatt per meter square. Solar thermal power generation can be achieved by using focusing collector or heliostates, using flat plate collectors, using a solar pond. In fuel cell, the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. The main source of production of biogas is human waste, wet cow dung, wet livestock waste. The proper indication of incomplete combustion is high CO content in flue gases at exit. The percentage 0.2 by volume in atmosphere air is 21%. The percentage O2 by weight in atmosphere air is 23%. The commercial source of energy are fuels, fossil fuels, hydropower, and nuclear energy. Due to which of the following reason the cable should not be operated too hot. The oil may lose its viscosity and it may start driving off from higher levels. Expansion of the oil may cause the sheath to burst. Unequal expansion may create voids in the insulation, which will lead to ionization. The thermal instability may rise due to the rapid increase of dielectric losses with temperature.